I've never liked telling this story, not because I've forgotten it, but because it remembers me. My name is Aiden Walker, and the night everything changed was Halloween, 2013. I was 15, stupid, and thought fear was something you could walk through if you just kept moving. Back then, my closest friends were Jake Malone and Kevin Turner. We were inseparable, the kind of kids who biked everywhere, filmed dumb horror videos for YouTube, and believed we'd all live forever. But that night, Halloween, we chose the Rawlings House, a house that never should have been entered. Everyone in Bloomfield had a story about it. People heard footsteps there at night, windows reflecting shapes that weren't in the room, and all the same warnings. Don't look into the mirrors. I thought it was some old urban legend meant to scare kids, but legends don't scratch back. Legends don't remember faces. Legends don't wait. The dare. Jake was the fearless one, or reckless. Depends how you look at it. At 10:54 p.m., he texted in our group chat, "If we're doing this, we do it now. Full exploration, no backing out." Kevin didn't want to go. I didn't either. But when you're 15, fear of embarrassment is stronger than fear of death. We met in front of the Rawlings house at 11:15 p.m. The place looked wrong, not scary, wrong. Like the house wasn't abandoned, but empty in a way that suggested something had carved out everything human inside it. The front door stood half open, as if expecting someone. Jake grinned. "Gentlemen, into the darkness." I still remember the moment my foot crossed the doorway. I didn't feel cold, I didn't feel scared, I felt noticed, like something inside the house lifted its head slowly and smiled. The first sign. The air felt thick. You could breathe it, but it felt like it didn't want to be breathed. Kevin shivered. "Guys, something's off. This place smells like metal." He was right. Iron, like blood dried years ago. We swept our flashlights across the hallway. That's when we saw the footprints. Small, bare, like a child's, but deeper than footprints should be. Like something heavy walked on tiny, fragile feet. They led deeper into the house, into darkness. Jake smirked, but his swallow was loud. Probably some kids sneaking in earlier. Then Kevin said something I'll never forget. "No kid leaves footprints in dust when there's no dust on top of them." He was right. The prints were on top of fresh dust, not underneath, meaning whatever made them minutes before we arrived. The mirror room. We followed the prints into what must have once been a living room. Furniture overturned, wallpaper peeling, family photographs shattered across the floor. Every face in the pictures was scratched out, except one. A boy about 7 years old, his eyes too wide, too dark, too empty. Jake whispered, "That kid looks alive." Then the rocking chair moved, all on its own, slow, rhythmic, creaking louder with each swing. Kevin grabbed my arm. "Something's in here." A soft whisper drifted behind us. Not a voice, more like breath. A long exhale. I turned and saw something I'll never unsee. A tall, thin figure at the hallway's end. Its limbs too long, its neck bent, like it didn't understand how bones worked. And its face. A mouth. Only a mouth. No eyes, no nose. Just a long, carved-open smile. It tilted its head. Crack, like breaking a branch. Jake hissed, "Room now!" We lunged into the nearest room and slammed the door. Kevin pushed a dresser against it. Jake held the handle with white knuckles. The thing outside dragged a hand along the door, slow, deliberate, as if memorizing us by touch. The mirror. My flashlight flickered to life and illuminated the worst possible thing. A mirror. Huge. Mounted on the wall. Perfectly clean. In a room otherwise decaying, broken, falling apart. The mirror was untouched. Not a crack. Not a speck. Not a fingerprint. Jake whispered, "Guys, don't look at it." But mirrors are traps. They pull the eye. I glanced at it and froze. Because in the reflection, the creature was standing right behind us, though in the room the space was empty, its mouth stretched wider, wider until it split into the cheeks. Jake screamed, not a loud scream but a strangled, terrified gasp, as something gripped his shoulder in the reflection, but nothing touched him in real life. Then the mirror surface began to distort, bulging outward, pressing from the inside, like something was trying to crawl through. Cracks spread across the glass, sharp, fast, spider-webbing. Kevin yelled, "The window! Break it!" We threw everything we could at the boarded window, the dresser, the chair, our bodies. Finally, it gave way, and we spilled out into the cold night. But Jake wasn't moving right. He kept brushing his shoulder, kept whispering, "It touched me. It touched me. It touched me." The second visit. We made it home, or we thought we did. 3 days later, Jake stopped coming to school. His mom said he was sick, wouldn't let anyone see him. Then she disappeared. 2 days after that, their house was found empty. No note, no signs of struggle, no Jake, no mom, just mirrors, all of them broken from the inside. The confession. 2 weeks later, Kevin called me at 1:14 a.m., whispering, "Aiden, I think something followed us." His voice was shaking. "They say demons need permission, right? Doors, rituals, words. But what if some things don't need permission?" "Kevin, what are you talking about?" "Mirrors aren't reflections, Aiden. They're windows. And something on the other side saw us. And once something sees you..." He stopped, breathing fast. "It doesn't stop." The line cut. Kevin vanished 3 days later. His bathroom mirror shattered, glass everywhere, but not from breaking outward, from something pulling itself inward. The truth I can't escape. 10 years have passed, and sometimes late at night when the apartment is quiet, I hear breathing behind me. I see movement in reflections that don't match the real world. Sometimes a hand, sometimes a shadow, sometimes a mouth, wider, and wider, and wider still. I moved states, changed my name, stopped using electronics with black screens, stopped going out at night, stopped having friends. Because mirrors aren't mirrors anymore, they're doors. And last week, I woke up to the soft sound of glass cracking. My bedroom mirror, the one I covered with a sheet, was bulging, like something inside it was pushing outward, slowly, patiently, like it knew exactly how long I'd been avoiding it. I heard a whisper, "Aiden," not from behind me, not from outside, from inside the mirror, and I realized the awful truth. We didn't escape the Rawlings House that night. We just took a piece of it with us, a piece that doesn't forget, a piece that doesn't die. And now, it's almost through.